Oh. We'll manage. I hope. I don't think it is. It's like a huge difference. What a wonderful world. There's a little incense going. I already have one on, but let's get some. About the little pods. Little pods, pretty cool. I like it. It's like aromatherapy type of thing. The incense hasn't been working lately. What does that mean? The incense hasn't been working? Well, this is Yamaltinero. Call money, and there's nobody yet, so yeah, man. So I don't recommend that. But you know, it's calling in the right beings, at least the right spirits and stuff, you know, to come in. So why am I here today? Why am I talking today? I have no idea. I've been under the weather. I'm sure you can hear my voice, but you know, I can't have no excuses. No excuses, right? No excuses of why do I want to talk about them? It's because I still see it as a big problem with people. I still see that it is something that it's an ongoing epidemic, if you want to call it, which is people who are awakening, still asleep, don't understand what's going on, and don't realize that they're giving their power away. So, yeah, that part. So if you don't want to give your power away, this is what I suggest, or at least what I have noticed has been working for me, and what, too much smoke, guys? Too much smoke, probably too much smoke. Yeah, and what's been helping me, and what's been biggest one, the easiest one to do, not the easiest one, but it's the easiest one to get on the right track, should I say, which is cut off toxic ties. Cut off those things that no longer serve you, which are friends, family, people who put you down, people who are on the same page with you, and stop trying to convince others. Jordan Peterson said this: when you're trying to explain stuff to people and it's the wrong people and they're not listening to you, stop it. Why? Because what you're doing then is devaluating what you have to say in a super conscious level.
Listening to you, stop talking to them. That is the best piece of advice that I can give you. And what happens is that if you stop talking to people who aren't listening to you and start watching them instead, they will tell you what they're up to. But so if you have things to say them, but you find people that will listen, talk to them. The ones who aren't listening, pull back. Because you're devaluing what you have to say by offering it to an audience that does nothing but reject it.
Meaning, it doesn't matter, nobody cares, but you're talking to the wrong people. Teal Swan said this one. She said, stop looking for validation from places that damaged you, or from people who are the ones who caused the trauma, should I say. And you're looking for validation of what happened with the wrong people. Especially if you're in a toxic relationship, especially if you're in those toxic ties with the narcissist or the toxic individual in your life, best believe you're gonna get gaslighted. You're gonna get everything dumped onto you, that it's your fault. You're the one who's causing all these problems. Because of you, we're the ones in this shithole. Because of you, I'm losing my job. Because of you, people dislike me. They try to blame you because they don't want to take accountability for their actions. Take accountability for what they're doing. So cut toxic ties. That's the easiest number one thing you can do. It's difficult to let them go, especially if they're your loved ones, especially if you're a fucking people pleaser, codependent like my old self, which is like, oh, but my Cappy or my Saggy, they can die without me. They can go without me. They don't know how to do without me. Well, guess what? That's their journey. They have to learn that. And if you're there just babying them, giving them what they want to hear, and I say, rendering them to, well, not rendering them, it's a different term I'm looking for. You're enabling them. You are enabling that person to do their toxic things, and they're dragging you along with them. And little do you know, because that's all you remember, that's all you know, that's the way you were programmed growing up. That's the way it was for you. So, excuse me here. better. I'm sorry, it's just this fucking camera looks, either I'm crooked, I think I'm crooked, or this camera's crooked, but yeah, man. But what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to get the piñata back there. The piñata. The fuck do I have a piñata back there? Ah, shit, man. Stay focused, Johnny. So stop enabling that person or individual. That's the toxic cycle that people talk about. That is a narcissistic, codependent dance that people don't understand. How do I put it? You're not growing. You're not growing. And this is another one that I want to at least share. As long as you keep on moving forward, as long as there's progress, even if there's pain, even if there's pain involved, meaning as through the bullshit or drama that you're going through, as long as you're growing, as long as you're learning from it. What did you learn from this? Instead of, oh my God, what the fuck happened to me? What is going on? Why are people attacking me? Why does this keep on happening? Well, it keeps on happening because you haven't learned your lesson yet. Once you learn your lesson, then your vibration goes up. And this is consistency, by the way. Not just, oh my God, I'll be a one-hit wonder like Vanilla Ice. It's being consistent, which is something that I am personally working on, which is being consistent with this. Practice what you preach. Practice what you preach type of thing. Understand what you're saying before you speak it type of thing. So let's get back, because we do have, the chief said, attention span of a goldfish. So that's why if I do a collab, just keep me focused on that subject, because I will go off. I will just go to La La Land. I go to La La Land. Okay, so what was I saying? How to get your power back, right? Cut toxic ties off is one of the biggest ones. Like I said, it's the easiest one because it's you're cutting off and you're no longer blaming other people, by the way, because now it's like, okay, now it's me, I'm by myself. So what is it I have to do? What is it I have to focus on? And I think Dwayne Johnson said this one. You focus on shit, shit's gonna grow. So focus on you for you can grow. Or it's the opposite, I think. Focus on you for you can grow. Because if you focus on shit, shit's gonna grow. Something like that. But it's and that's where you place your attention and it's just gonna go. You know, focus on you. What does that mean, focus on you, Johnny? Ask yourself questions. Why is this person bugging me? Why is this person triggering me? Why is this person getting to me? And don't react, respond. Take time. Take a time to walk. Come back to the situation, but don't forget about it. Don't ignore it. Just take time. Ask yourself questions. What is it that is bothering me? Why am I judging? Why am I criticizing? Is it because they keep on talking over me? Well, don't argue with the fool. I said that before. Don't argue with the fool. It's like, I'll give you a quick little example. I was took a little vacation with over to my mom's, and oh man, those are some tests. Those are my tests there. I got kicked out again, so I'm always getting kicked out everywhere. And yeah, it's trying to make me feel bad, which I didn't. And it's all, you know, and it's all because I made the noise and they didn't like it. She thought I was mocking her. And I apologized right away. I'm like, you know, Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I really didn't. I apologize. But she was, that's not right. You're making fun of me. You know what? Now watch. She told me, watch. And my stepdad was outside. Goes and grabs him from outside to talk shit right in front of me. So I just got up. Like, you know, this is not my thing. That's their thing. No more Captain Sabo. You know, my stepdad is in this. He's whatever. That's not my pedo. That's their shit, not my pedo. I'm not gonna give my energy where it's not gonna get me nowhere. So I walked to my brother's room, and I went to my brother's room. They were arguing for a while, and they came back. Now Mom came back. She kept on going. I apologize. No. See what I see? What Michael? You see? Do you see? I went out there, got him to show you and show him that you guys are not gonna laugh at me. I'm like, Mom, no one's laughing at you. He was outside, and I was inside, and I wasn't laughing at you. And I wanted to make that clear. She's like, you know what? Everything's working fine here before you got here. Everything's going good until you got here. And I'm like, so did you want me to leave? And she goes, you've understood, you're welcome. I'm like, okay, would you like me to leave now? She's like, yeah, if you can, I'll be fine. I'm like, well, I need a ride. Well, I'm not gonna give you a ride. Okay, Mom, I just, and then she kept on telling me about because she's also a people pleaser, you know, cooking for me, making things for me. She threw it in my face, like, you know, I've done enough for you. I'm like, Mom, you have, and you have done more than enough, and I appreciate that. But, you know, I wasn't gonna argue with the fool. I was not gonna argue with someone like my mom, but I'm not gonna win. Oh, she goes, see, now you guys know I have to prove to her. I go, Mom, you don't have to prove anything to me. You don't. You're my mom, and I love you, and I understand where you're coming from, so I'm not arguing with you. And that's what I mean by, like, she was trying to get to me, trigger me, for I can respond. Like, even her kicking me out, telling me bye, it got my heart pumping. But I'm like, you know what? It is her house. That's what she's thinking. I'm not gonna argue, and it's fine. I'll return my welcome. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate everything you've done for me. As a matter of fact, that you've done more than enough, and I appreciate that. She did not know what to argue about. She did not. I go, do you expect me to feel bad for what's going on? She goes, yeah. I'm like, well, I don't, Mom. I don't. And she goes, Johnny, really, bye. Like, telling me to leave, like, really to leave, because I wasn't feeding into it. I'm like, no, Mom, that's your guys' stuff. That's why I walked away. I apologized, and I'm not gonna. And since she got done with him, chewing him out, whatever, she came to me to try to get me to react and try to get me to say things. But I don't think she's seen my video on Don't Argue with the Fool yet. Don't argue with the fool. But yeah, man, so, you know, the next morning, that's another story alone, but I took care of that pretty well as well. Meaning, as in, like, she was trying to argue with me. She's like, oh no, you're not gonna come with me with that shit, because, like, now that I'm sober. I'm like, no, Mom, I'm just saying that, you know, you mentioned yesterday, well, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, well, I have to, Mom, because if I don't, it's gonna build resentment, and I don't want this coming out in a different time. So if you were willing to listen to me, speak for a second, if you don't mind. And she goes, yeah, but don't call me at this stuff when I'm sober now, because Toño, and that's talking about my stepdad, talks like that. I'm like, Mom, it's stepdad's not here. It's about me and you, and I'm talking to you right. Is that okay if I speak? And she's like, go ahead. And I just told her, look, Mom, and this is like, and I do it on purpose, because I know these words are gonna trigger her, which are, I want you to understand, Mom. I'm not gonna understand nothing. I'm like, no, Mom, let me know when I can speak, Mom. And she goes on her tangent. Go ahead. I want you to understand, Mom. And I go, okay, Mom. And she goes on again. I go, Mom, I want you to understand that you're greatly appreciated. And I appreciate everything you did for me. Everything you've done. And the reason why I bring this up is because yesterday you're mentioning the things you're doing for me. And maybe it's because you don't think I appreciate you. And you are appreciated, Mom. She looks at me. There, Johnny, stop. It's yesterday, let it go. I'm like, I understand, Mom. I just want to clear things up. But those are the type of things, because they already expect, they're assuming, and don't assume. Don't assume stuff. 4 agreements, man. Follow the 4 agreements. That's a great way. Don't assume. Okay, it's time. I hate putting myself on blast like this. The 4 agreements. Don't assume. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take nothing personal, and always try your best. Those are the 4. You got it this time. But yeah, man. So, you know, cut toxic ties off, guys. Cut. That's one of the first, because you're no longer letting outside things validate you. You're no longer letting outside things satisfy you. You're no longer letting things get to you, which is the outside, because that's what you're doing. Everything are your core beliefs and everything. It's usually, if you're anything like me, it's with everybody else. It's with everybody else, and it's your outer, your exterior. So changing that and shifting that is a big thing. So yeah, man, that part.